All right. 33. A question regarding unvarying equity and of a general nature requires no names of persons, but merely skill in speaking and sources of proper argument. In this respect, even the lawyers themselves are an impediment to us and hinder us from learning. For I perceive it to be generally reported in the books of Cato and of Brutus what answers they gave on points of law to any particular man or woman by name that we might imagine. I suppose some cause for consultation or doubt to have arisen from the persons, not from the things, so that, since persons are innumerable, we might be deterred from the study of the law and lay aside all inclination to learn it at the same time with all hope of ever attaining a thorough knowledge of it. But Crassus will some day make all these points clear to us and set them forth arranged under general heads. For you must know, Catulus, that he promised us yesterday that he would reduce the civil law, which is now in a state of confusion and dispersion, under certain general heads and digest it into an easy system. And indeed, said Catulus, that is by no means a difficult undertaking for Crassus, who has all of law that can be learned, and he will supply that which was wanting in those who taught him. For he will be able to define exactly and to illustrate eloquently every point comprehended in the law. We shall then, said Antonius, learn all these things from Crassus when he shall have betaken himself, as he intends, from the tumult of public business and the benches of the forum to a quiet retreat and to his throne. I have indeed often, observed Catulus, heard him say that he was resolved to retire from pleading and the courts of justice. But, as I frequently tell him, it will never be in his power, for neither will he permit his assistance to be repeatedly implored in vain by persons of character, nor will the public endure his retirement patiently, as they will think that if they lose the eloquence of Lucius Crassus, they will lose one of the principal ornaments of the city. Indeed, then, remarked Antonius, if what Catulus says is true, Crassus, you must still live on the same workshop with me. And we must give up that yawning and sleepy science to the tranquility of the Scavolia and other such happy people. Here Crassus smiled a little and said, finish weaving, Antonius, the web which you have begun, yet that yawning science, as you term it, when I have sheltered myself under it, will vindicate my right to liberty. 34. It is indeed the end, continued Antonius, of that part on which I just now entered, for it is now understood that all matters which admit of doubt are to be decided, not with reference to individuals who are innumerable, or to occasions which are infinitely various, but to general considerations and the nature of things, that general considerations are not only limited in number, but very few, that those who are studious of speaking should embrace in their minds the subjects peculiar to the several departments of eloquence, arranged under general heads as well as arrayed and adorned. I mean with thoughts and illustrations. These will, by their own force, beget words which always seem to me to be elegant enough if they are such that the subject seems to have suggested them. And if you ask the truth, as far that is as it is apparent to me, for I can affirm nothing more than my own notions and opinions, we ought to carry this preparatory stock of general questions and commonplaces into the forum with us, and not, when any cause is brought before us, begin then to seek for topics from which we may draw our arguments, topics which, indeed, by all who have made them the subjects of but moderate consideration, may be thoroughly prepared by means of study and practice, but the thoughts must still revert to those general heads and commonplaces to which I have so often alluded, and from which all arguments are drawn for every species of oratory. And that is required, whether it result from art or observation or practice, is but to know those parts of the field in which you may hunt for and trace out what you wish to find. For when you have embraced in your thoughts the whole of any topic, if you are but well practiced in the treatment of subjects, nothing will escape you, and every circumstance material to the question will occur and suggest itself to you.